guys. Just got get all this situated. What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to my birthday drunk stream. Now, before I get started, I'm pretty hefty in the bag, and I'm gonna be drinking 2 tall boys just to top me off because it is late. I'm starting this late. I didn't think that all this was gonna take this long, and it sucks because I really wanted to do this. Like, I planned around this, but some crazy shit happened. So before we get to the topic, before we get to anything, you 9 people could change the course of this stream, okay? Right down there, the simulation presents, you see birthday subscriptions, okay? This is to get me to 50 subscribers. I'm at 41 subscribers on that channel. And that was because of all the days of doing these streams. Some people have, actually done it and subscribed. And to that I say, I am so grateful to be so close. Now, the goal of these and the one and all the streams moving forward is to start streaming the pre-active and post-production. What does that mean? The pre-production is kind of like the planning, scouting locations, sketching stuff, even though you may not see the sketches, because I want to play my cards close to the vest with some of these things. But scouting locations, be out there. The active part is actually seeing an episode being filmed. Now, an episode of what? An analog horror series that I'm making. Due to some recent events, it made me refocus my attention, not on this channel. So please don't subscribe to this channel. Whatever you do, don't subscribe. Subscribe to the channel down there. I'm at 41. I need to get to 50 so I can host these streams on there, and you guys can see the whole process, and it's gonna be random. I'm not guaranteeing, like, on the active things you're gonna see like crazy sets. This is very much an independent production. It's mostly gonna be me and a few others, if that. And you guys are just gonna see the process of everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. And I'm at, like I said, I'm at 41, and I need 50. So, like, there's 10 people here. Just 9 of you have to go. 1 of you can stay here. I can entertain 1 person, but I just need 9 people to subscribe and whatnot. So, without further ado, I want to talk about a little bit of my birthday, because a lot of crazy shit happened, and the thing that inspired me to do the topic, because I'm in Japanese mode for a specific reason. So me and my uncle, we hung out, and we went to go have a birthday dinner. Now, the buffet that I originally planned, that was like where we were gonna go. It's fucking far away. I thought it was just up the road, like 10 minutes. So I was mostly excited that I was gonna be like, oh my god, there's this awesome buffet that's 10 minutes away, for future reference, Cheers to 33. So it was a bit disappointing, but that we have a regular spot that, no matter, without fail, we can go at any point and it'll turn my mood around. And it did. I got my usual lemon chicken with steamed rice, and that just put a smile on my face. Now, I wish I could know the name, because I can't really remember much right now. And suffice to say, like the topic at hand, the top 10 animated films of all time, are gonna be off my dome. I didn't write any of them down. I didn't even really practice. So I'm gonna be counting with y'all. In my opinion, the top 10. These are the films that I've seen personally. I'm not sure if I'm gonna count. I'm not really gonna count kids' films like Pixar's and Toy Story and Aladdin and stuff like, because it's just like I feel like those films, as influential and as fun as they were, um, it didn't really, like, now it's just like there's so many other animated films that I love. So um, yeah. Also, I'm at my battery's halfway and my dogs are out, so I got to get the dogs back in. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So uh so like anyway, we come back to his house, we hang out, we play games. And like weeks ago, he was just like, "You want to see your birthday present?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? I don't care. Awesome." He shows me this poster on Toho, uh, on the Toho US store for Godzilla. And I think I showed him the page. I told, pretty much was just like, I can't believe we're getting this kind of merchandise in the States. It's unreal, especially for Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is my favorite Godzilla um, film. I love -1, but without Shin Godzilla, -1 wouldn't exist. I love the politics, love just everything about it. It's so perfect. Um, Saw the 4K remaster. Great. So like one of the things that was on there was this poster. And it's one of those posters that I don't know if people remember. It's like a long name. But it's one of those images that like you move it, and when you move it at certain angles, it's just, it moves, the image moves, right? So it's like, it's great, it's like awesome, but it's a limited pre-order. And so he shows me, he's just like, "Hey, here's your birthday present." I lose my shit. I'm like, this thing is gonna get fucking framed. It is fucking awesome, dude. So so I'm like, all right, whatever. A couple weeks go by, and he's just like, "Hey, so I got your present. You know, I don't know if you want to know it now, you know." And I'm like, "You know what? No, I think he forgot he told me about the poster." And I'm like, okay, I don't mind acting surprised. I still can't believe that he got me that fucking poster. It's a crazy cool looking poster. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're fast forward to now and in the middle of gaming. He's like, "Hey, do you want to see your birthday present? You just see what I got you?" He hands me his phone. He got me the Shin Godzilla Ultimate Collection. Now, okay, I don't know what that is. Hold on. Uh, um, so he got me the 4K Ultimate Collection. This thing comes with the Blu-ray of it, but it also comes with the 4K remaster and the monochrome version of Shin Godzilla, which I didn't get to see because it was only out for like a day or 2 days or something. And it was like way across fucking town. And my uncle didn't like the fucking movie. He didn't like Shin Godzilla. He thought it was boring. He loved -1. I love Shin Godzilla, so And that's partially due to the director, Hideki Anno. This and it ties into the topic of top 10 greatest animated films of all time, but it also comes with this shirt, this exclusive shirt for this specific edition. It's purple, or it's black with purple Shin Godzilla, and on the back it's a poster, but Godzilla is purple and the background is white, and underneath it is a text: God reincarnate, a city is doomed, or a city doomed. Beautiful, beautiful fucking shirt. I'm never gonna wear it. And there's this like uh stitched little, like, I don't know, tag that commemorates the 10-year anniversary of Shin Godzilla. So not only did he give me the poster, but he got me the fucking box set, the ultimate box set of Shin Godzilla. Wait, hold on. Like the statue or the movie collection? Yeah, there's so much. There's so much. It's fucking crazy, dude. And I get it. It's gross for some people, but like the stars aligning for that movie. Like I said, Hideki Anno is one of the biggest influences for me as a filmmaker, and as someone who was like exposed to his content at a very young age. At like my early teens, I saw bits and pieces as it was airing on Adult Swim. The show Evangelion, which he is famous for. I saw bits and pieces because my uncle was watching it at the time, and he showed me it at I guess maybe 8 or 9, somewhere around there. Just like the first episode, and I was just blown away from the theme song to everything about the film. I was just like, and I would forget about it, but the imagery would always be in my head. He even got me like a fucking an Ava Unit 1 figure when I was a kid for my birthday, and I geeked out about it. I opened it. It came with the snipe rifle, like in the show, came with the gun. But like all these pieces, like all Japanese figures, and everything is fully articulate, and I fucking lost everything because I moved so many times. It's fucked up. Love that figure. But yeah, I like him getting the opportunity to make a Godzilla film, and knowing that, like, and I'm sure this is in the docu. Oh, that's the other thing. There's like a behind the scenes making of for the film. That I may jump on here and talk about that when I see it. But yeah, he uses different music of different eras of Godzilla to make his score. So, okay, there's a car with murdered out windows and bumping a 6 sound system that stopped and slowed down when I guess he saw my light. So I'm gonna keep my head on a swivel. I don't like I said, I'm out here at 2:10. Probably gonna be out here till 11, roughly, or maybe sooner, maybe because my phone's died. Anyway, yeah. So all this, including like all the vibe, I was just like, what do I want to talk about while I'm drunk? Well, no, not I'm fucking hammered. While I'm hammered, and so I'm like, the Drunk Banthas did the top 10 or the best animated shorts or top 10 on Adult Swim. And so it kind of inspired me. I'm like, why don't I do a top 10? And I'm like, why not do a top 10 animated films of all time? And so I neglected the kid stuff. So there's no Aladdin. But there are some technically kid movies. But when we get to them, you'll understand why I don't really categorize them as such. Even though they are. And I will admit that. But I wanted to like make most of my choices adult. So, like I said, I'm not committed to it. I'm hammered. I don't know if I can, if, and this is all off my dome. I don't have a list. I'm not writing anything down. Um, so, uh, this is all off the cuff. So, uh, top number 10. Um, number 10. I think it would be Redline. Redline was an animated film. Think like Speed Racer, but like Mad Max. All hand drawn. It took 7 years to make, and it stands as one of the most wholeheartedly unique animated films that I've ever seen, and a lot of people would share that opinion with me. It's a racing film. It's takes place in the desert. You know, like I said, speed racer. So they do wacky stuff. They shoot at each other in certain ways. You know, it's all layered with like syndicates. You know, the common uh, anime sort of tropes that we all know and love. But the attention to detail in that film is very like um, very very beautiful, and it's a modern classic, and not many people really talk about it. Excuse me. um and it's a damn shame, because I think more people should, um solely because of how many people worked on it. Mm. Number 9. This one is might like I don't know, might be like a crazy select. Hold on, let me turn down my brightness a bit, so I'm not so like burning my battery out. um Akira. Now, I saw Akira at different points. It's really hard to like nail down like at what point I saw it. There are things that I remember about it. The bike scene with the clown masks and the rolling on the ground, getting run over, and his arm getting broken. I remember that. But for the most part, I didn't really remember the film. And then I saw the film, and like everyone has said, it's a beautiful film. Um, it's just for me not like a film that like stuck with me as some of the other films that I'm going to be talking about. Even though I respect the process of everything, and how like it was the first to pioneer high quality feature film animation for adults. Um, it was just it's awesome. It's a great film, but I want to keep it. It would have been 10 if I'm being honest, but I wanted to give it to Redline because I feel like Akira deserves like its spot there. Uh Number 10. Um or no, not number 10. Um number number 8. Uh Wizards by Ralph Bakshi. I always have a trouble saying his name, even though I love him as a filmmaker. Um, he's done a lot of things. He's done the Lord of the Rings animated film, the first one that they did, for the Lord of the Rings specifically. Wizards is a very odd fantasy film. There are guns in it. It's funny. It's dark. At a time, it was considered a PG film, but like you watch it and it's really fucked up with how violent it is. I like this gritty style of animation. I feel like Wizards again, is not really talked about enough, even though, Fritz the Cat, which is definitely down the list. Fritz the Cat, uh, Wizards is like a very niche film for like the D&D people. It's very political, and like Ralph himself, uh, like was born in Palestine. He's a Palestine Jew, like an OG Jewish person. When everything started to happen, when the land started to get invaded, he left. And I think that like when Israel was getting formed or something, anyway, he left as a Palestinian Jew. I think that's what it is. And so because of that, he grew up in New York in a predominantly black neighborhood, and like he became an ally for in a lot of ways. He had black animators in his studios. Um, when at the time nobody was hiring black animators. Um, the subject matters he would touch on, like nobody would dare. Like it's insane some of the films that he's made, and was able to turn a profit because people enjoyed the vision that he had, and I was one of them. I was fortunate to discover him and really latch on to um, the kind of films he made. Uh, Very beautiful stuff. Very, very beautiful. Um, number seven. Number seven, I would say. I'm trying to think. I'm going to the Rolodex. Um, Animated films. What would be number seven? I think it's number seven. Or number eight, right? Because we did Redline, Akira, Wizards. So seven would be Paprika. Um, I saw it once, I will admit, but it's always remained embedded in my like mind because it was one of the films. Oh, it was one of the films that I saw, and it was it was like oh shit, I lost my train of thought. These beers are getting to me like crazy. Fuck, I forgot what I said. Oh my god, look, one of the three of you put in the comments what I was talking about, because I don't want to lose my point. Let me see if I can remember the film that I said. Fuck. What the fuck did I say? I got lost in my own fucking... Paprika. That's it. Paprika is a film. I forget the director's name. Very like influential. All his films, he's made like 5 or 6 films, I think, and they've all been like looked at by other filmmakers and just taken from. And in this case, Paprika. Hold on. I want to get more than 3 people in here because more people should know about paprika. And while we get more people on here, listen, the three of you watching, hit the link that is pinned. Birthday subscriptions. I'm trying to get that channel down there to 50 subscribers so I can do these lives on that channel and get that channel out there, because it's an analog horror channel and I'm making all the entries on that channel that is pinned, the simulation. I'm making all those entries on my phone. I'm shooting, I'm editing, I'm mixing, all of it on my phone with these fat, thick boy fingers, dude, that have to like pinch and go on the timeline to make edits. And sometimes audio is missing, sometimes audio appears at other places, sometimes there's no audio. Sometimes, because I'm using it on my phone, I have to delete stuff in order to make room, and I go and I'm editing 3 separate projects, and I go in and some of the files are missing because I deleted it by accident to make room. So I have to go find it and backtrack and all this shit. And it's a fucking headache, and it sucked the creativity, like it brought me down. And then I had this idea. I'm like, what if I do something that is out of my comfort zone, and the 4 of you like understand that I don't like being in front of a camera like this. I fucking this is the most animated I've been on this thing. The other times it's been real because I've been scouting and trying to like talk myself into being out here at this time, and potentially running into some crazy people, because this is not the safest neighborhood. Nevertheless, I thought, hey, I could do streams, pin the other channel in the stream, so that and direct them there, because I don't want anybody to subscribe to this channel. I don't want any subscriptions to this channel that this live is on. This is a dead channel. The only reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to get attention to the simulation, which is the pinned admin down below. I'm at 41. If the 4 of you or the 5 of you, if the 5 of you can go to the link and subscribe, it will get me to 46, and all I would need is 4 more subscribers, and you would help me out. I don't want to use this channel anymore, especially like right now. This channel is not is a dead channel. Oh, and I scared 3 people. Hopefully they went to the link and they're gonna come back. Hopefully. And look, if you two can go to the link, the 2 of you, please go to the link and subscribe. Don't subscribe here, because at some point, I'm not gonna. Once I hit 50, this channel is officially dead. Okay, this channel. So, my goal is to just make pre-active and post-production live streams, have you guys see a glimpse into my creative process, and see how, like, just be a part from the ground up while I try to make some interesting analog horror. That's my goal, and just start that long climb of gathering people to this creative space. And the only way I can do that is if y'all subscribe to the simulation, to the pinned message. Get me to 50, and you'll see me shooting the actual short films that are going to be put on the channel, as well as maybe even recording audio. But again, I want to keep things a mystery for the most part. I don't want to show my cards too much, because then you guys are going to know how the sausage is made, and when the shorts come out, they may not be as interesting. But nevertheless, I'm going to be doing it anyway. I'm going to be scouting locations. I'm going to be drawing, even though you may not see the drawings. I'm going to be filming. And so while I'm filming, what would it hurt for the channel to be streaming for me, while I do this? So please go to the simulation right now. Get it to 50. So help me God. If I get to 50, if I wake up tomorrow and that channel's at 50, I'm like blacked out right now. Like I drank so much earlier. I may have smoked a little weed, okay? Don't don't tell anybody. Okay? Don't tell anybody. You can't say anything, okay? And it's not weed technically. It's the shit that you can buy legally, you know. Even though when you smoke it, it turns into shit. Nobody needs to know that, okay? I legally bought this, all right? So I don't need to be secretive. But that mixed with the beer, it's making me feel a type of way, okay? And I honestly don't feel like I'm gonna remember any of this. So, like I, I, I might have less subscribers if I'm being honest. I might have 20 subscribers on the simulation account, and it's. But guys, listen. Please subscribe to the simulation. Please subscribe to the pin. I get like okay, so paprika. So paprika is a film. I'm just gonna say this. Oh damn! Now I'm at 2. Oh, you guys are coming back. Okay, hopefully you guys are the guys. Hold on. Come here, boy. Hold on. My dogs are out. Okay, that was stupid. I left my door open. I left the keys in the car. They could have stolen my shit. But I got the dog in. He's probably gonna get out again. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so paprika. There's 5 people in here. Paprika is an animated film that is a major influence. Like, if you thought that Inception was an original concept, have I got a fucking surprise for you? Because Paprika, just gonna say this, you guys have to watch this for yourself. Paprika is a film that features dream terrorists and infiltrating dream terrorists, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Hold on, I want to make sure my audio is okay. Is my audio good? Oh God. Okay, it's all good. All right, I'm not gonna look at that. I can hear it. Paprika Dream Terrorist, go see it. It's number 6, I think, or did I say number 7? Hold on. No, Wizards. No, wait, hold on. Redline, Akira, Wizards, Paprika. Okay, number 6, greatest animated film of all time. I'm gonna put Fritz the Cat. Fritz the Cat, another Ralph Basque's film. Thanks, man. Yo, Lucius, Hale, please subscribe to The Simulation Presents. Don't subscribe to this channel, okay? If you're gonna come back, I want to get my channel to 50 subscribers. I'm at 41 the last time I checked. So, yeah, and I'm sorry about that. I've been told on occasion that my voice could lull people to sleep, and I don't know what I sound like drunk. As I said, I don't know what I'm gonna be probably I'm blacked out at this very moment. So, and I'm like right here with the remainder of this beer. So, I think I got a couple more big sips left. But yeah, Fritz the Cat, number 6, Ralph Basque again. This was like the first animated film to make $1 million at the box office. First R-rated animated film to make $1 million. I think that's what it was. It's about a cat, an anthropomorphic cat. It is very dark, very funny, very satirical. Like, and when I'm talking about Ralph, he's an ally for the culture because he grew up around a lot of black people, as I said, with Wizard, like giving his backstory. But like, you can see that this man was going to the movies to see animated films in every form because he was an animator, and like going to see something like Dumbo and seeing the black crows in Dumbo, and like being surrounded by a bunch of people that are like laughing at the crows and like, oh my God, those are black people, you know, type like back then, you know, or and him being like, him seeing that and being like, how is this accepted? Like, what the fuck? Like, people enjoy this, you know, and he hears people say like, oh, I love the crow. So he does the same shit, but like it's all inner city. Like the crows are like, and like one of them, I think if I remember correctly, is gay. I don't know. Like it's very politically incorrect, but the message for it is very much just like how, like America of the time. And there are very few voices that can do that in live action, much less an animated cartoon about a cat, you know. It's definitely not a kid's film. And it's definitely something that needs to be looked at, if you're very sensitive, through the lens of someone who's like trying to hold up the mirror to the rest of society. And this is going to go for the film that's in my top trying to think. My top. I would say 3. I would say it would be number 3. But my number 5 film, and this is getting back to Shin Godzilla and what started all this, is the end of Evangelion. Now, the end of Evangelion is the movie conclusion of the television series. In America, it's Neon Genesis Evangelion, but we just call it Evangelion. When the original series premiered, Hideki Anno, I think that's how you say his name. I don't mean to mess up, but he had worked with Hayao Miyazaki, and they bumped heads, so he left, and he did like a bunch of like Ultraman spoofs and stuff like in his youth. But he was an animator, and he had this concept for Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now, I read this back in the day, so I don't know how true it is, but at the time, Japan was going through an anime, like, stagnant, like, very even. It wasn't drawing people in. It was drawing the same crowds, like even Dragon Ball Z wasn't drawing, or Dragon Ball, I think, wasn't drawing the audience that back in the day it was pumping out. So Japan was like facing a point where animation was going to be restricted. It was no longer going to be funded by the government, and it was going to be like a niche thing. So here comes Hideki Anno and his pitch for Neon Genesis Evangelion. And they were like, at the time, they were like, what? Like, mech suits and kaijus? Like, that's, like, at the time, it felt like oversaturated type, especially mechs. There was a lot of stuff. But they didn't know the show that it was going to blossom into, that he had planned to make. Now, if I remember, it's like 26 episodes. It's one season of anime. One solid fucking season of anime. That can't be said for a lot of anime that is made today. There's a lot, including One Piece. Like, I would even say the big 3. The big 3 of anime is very much not like, it's Goku, it's Naruto, and it's Luffy from One Piece. Okay, that's the big 3, and that is horrible. Sorry, horrible. None of them hold the candle to Shinji, Eva 1. Just that whole Neon. Wait, hold on. Where's my country? Oh, I'm from the US, man. I'm from Texas. Hey, dude. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Jeremy Raiden. What's up, man? Listen, I am blacked out right now, so I'm probably not going to remember this. But if you can subscribe to the simulation, that's where I want to host these streams, and it's an analog horror channel that I shoot, edit, mix entirely on my phone, and I want to get people into the creative process. Oh, you did? You clicked the link? You clicked? Okay, sweet. Trying to get to 50, man, and it's crazy hard too. So I just started putting the link. Hopefully the 4 people. Oh God, I don't even know, man. Don't subscribe to this channel though. I don't want you to subscribe to this channel, because once the simulation gets to 50, I'm never posting on this channel again, at least for the foreseeable future. So, thank you, Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Where are you from, Jeremy? If you don't mind me saying, I want to take a break from talking about animated films for a minute, because I'm gonna get to the film that I was talking about, but you jumped on and said something. So, what's up, man? Share the simulation. Share that link below to your friends. That's pinned. share the pinned link with people. Um, get the word out, man, because the sooner I get to 50, the sooner I can post. Currently, right now, I am getting black. I have one more beer left, so. And before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to throw up. I may get blackout, but this ain't my first rodeo. I'm 33. How old are you, Jeremy? Since it's your birthday. Now, is your birthday the 19th or the 18th of September? Also. But anyway, I'm going to continue to talk about it. So, Neon Genesis Evangelion was like a short season. It's definitely in the top 3. It beats Goku, it beats Naruto, it beats Luffy from One Piece. I'm sorry, but this show single-handedly pumped so much more interest into anime from Japan that, like, without that, you would not have any of the modern anime in the form that it is. Attack on Titan is just Evangelion with human mechs and stuff. It's the same shit. But in my opinion, Neon Genesis is better because it's a tight one season and it has an epic movie, and it's going to be number 4, the next set of movies. He did a revival to the series in the 2000s, made 4 films. The first one was like the first season. It's like an entirely reimagined of the entire series in film form, with the last entry taking 10 years to produce. So yeah, we'll get to that. But Neon Genesis Evangelion released at midnight, to, like, studios were like, you want to release it at midnight? Like, what? Why do you want to put it on there? And he was drawn, like me, to the people that are up now, that are up at midnight to 2 in the morning to 3 in the morning. The guys that are the introverts, the people that, just want to be with themselves and whatever. And it blew the fuck up. To this day, the Eva Unit 1, the purple robot, when you look up anything Evangelion, Eva Unit 1 is the one. It's done crossovers with Godzilla. It's had every bit of merch you can possibly imagine. There's, I think, a 1-to-1 scale where in the show, Shinji, the main character, the pilot of Eva Unit 1, stands in the palm of its hand. And in Japan, they have Eva Unit 1 in a pool of red, holding its hand out like this, and you can stand and get your picture taken. That's how monumental Neon Genesis Evangelion was. So, why is this movie special? Because when the series ended, the last 2 episodes are considered by the fans, at the time, as dropping the ball. The episode before, it led to this, what people felt was going to be this epic climax. It turns out to be our main character literally sitting on a theater stage. Very abstract, very surreal, very avant-garde. There's really no mechs. The animation changes, but he's just sitting in a chair on a stage with all the characters surrounding him, and him pretty much, like, complaining, but, like, coming to terms with, like, I don't want to ruin it. Anyway, the budget was pulled for the show by the studio for those last 2 episodes, so he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do, but he got the concept of what he wanted through the show very, not basically, but just very surreally, right? This didn't go over well with the fan base. He was getting death threats, like, on a level that you can't even imagine. You think that death threats in America are crazy? dude, the fucking death threats fucking um in Japan are even crazier, dude. Like it's insane. It got to the point to where he um he was sitting at a train station thinking about jumping on the tracks. And it was like, he's just like, and then he went home and he decided to write the end of Evangelion, the feature film ending, the quote unquote official ending, to spite fans as a way to say fuck you to everyone who wanted him, who like pushed him that far. And it's very dark, it's very bleak, it's very much like a reflection of where his mindset was, and it's incredibly beautiful. And it's considered to be one of the greatest animated films of all time. And I put it over Akira because while Akira is number 9, it's important, and like a lot of anime, you know, got pushed forward because of how mature that was and how out there that was. But the end of Evangelion was like a, because it could have failed. That's what nobody really addresses. Is just like everybody hated him, and he came up with this film that was fucking bonkers, to say the fucking least. So that's why it's number 5 for me. Number an honorable mention, like a 5.5, I'd say, are the 4 films that he made, the Evangelion Rebirth, and like I want to say like 2006 or 2005 even, he came back and he had 4 films planned. And the first one would be the first season, the second one would be the second season, I guess the equivalent, or like it would, the first 2 would be the first season split in half. And then the next 2 was going to be its own sort of thing. And so he kind of made the first one and the second one kind of 2 years apart. And I remember this, thank you, Zay Bands. Listen, buddy, subscribe to the simulation, the pinned comment. Go to that channel, subscribe there. Don't subscribe here. I'm telling everybody that right now because I have 15 people here. I am blacked out. I'm trying to get that channel to 50. I'm at 41 last I checked. So I just need a small amount of you to just go to the link, subscribe, so I can move all this to that channel so you guys can see my pre-production, my active production. You can see episodes being filmed and the post for my analog horror series that I want to do. I'm going to be filming by myself anyway. Might as well like get some people like involved in the creative process. But this is a dead channel, and the only reason I'm doing it on here is because I have enough subscribers. All I need is 50, and I have 90 on this. So please, oh shit, hold on. See, I don't like to talk when I know that there's someone there. I can also talk to my teeth. I try to be a ventriloquist, not in real life at all, because I suck at it. But I can get really, oh, see, I know let's. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, go to the link. Please get that channel. I'm not even going to check tonight. I'm going to sign off and then go to bed, because tomorrow my uncle is taking me to the shooting range, which I've never been. I've never been to the range before. He had mentioned like a few times that he's his ammo is getting old, so he wants to use all of it and get some new ones. So, I figured I'm gonna dress up like Hunter S. Thompson tomorrow and go shooting. So it's I guess it's like a bucket list thing because I love Hunter S. Thompson. He's one of my favorite like creators to ever walk the earth, and I read his books in I want to say like the last year of middle school. Like I discovered him, and then the next year I would discover weed. So that was uh that was a fun time. That was a fun time. But anyway, the four Neon Genesis Evangelion films. So these two films were filmed 2 years apart. This one was like 4 years. But then between this one and the last one, between this one and the last one, was a decade spanned. And it was dropped on Amazon Prime, with the original with the original voice actors with both the Japanese and the English dub. Now the English dub is huge because you can see Neon Genesis Evangelion right now on Netflix. The whole series is on there. But it's not the original dub. It's been redubbed, and it's a bit more cohesive. I feel like the other one is crazy, but I miss the original voices. You can't really top, and the music credits. I think it's like "Fly Me to the Moon," I think, or something like that. But it's like some royalty-free Netflix music, or it's like some depressing Netflix music. But yeah, so anyway, the original voice cast, the one that I heard in the original, like when I borrowed my uncle's DVD collection, because he has the OG DVD collection, was just so expensive. So expensive. But one summer, I marathoned all that, and he pretty much gave it to me, and I'm like, do you want to see it? And he's just like, nah, man, I'm not seeing that you have to prepare yourself to see that type of thing. I'm like, okay, and I just fucking bulldozed through the entire series, which was fun. But anyway, between this one and that one, the final one with the original voice cast, it was a decade. And in between that time, he did Shin Godzilla. I don't know how many Shin movies he did, but Hideaki Anno did Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, which I saw in theaters, and the Shin Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider I didn't see because it was the only one that wasn't marketed well. I think when I found out about it, it was a day of, and it was like in Austin. It was lesser screenings than Ultraman because I guess not many people know the Kamen Rider, and he wrote and directed that one. He wrote Ultraman. He didn't direct it, Shin Ultraman. But I saw that one in theaters. That was amazing. Anyway, I digress. So the reason it's an honorable mention is because I think that there are like 4 other films that I need to mention. And while I love Hideaki Anno, and while Evangelion is the best anime, like it feels kind of crazy to put 4 films that he made up front and center. Even though I would. But I just want to keep it for so I'd say it's 5.2, 5.5 type thing. It's with the end of Evangelion. Because that last film was majestic. All the films were majestic. The 4 films are some of the greatest animated films of all time, and it's because Hideaki Anno puts the love and time into it. And it's his baby, and it's interesting to see the creator of the original series revisiting it in different formats to tell like a different story, because although it's a remake of the original series technically, it veers differently and you get so much more information from it. um yeah, now that I mention it, I think I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna do, because we do like birthday movies, and my uncle never saw the last one because he got annoyed with how long he had to wait. He's just like, fuck it, dude, I'm not gonna watch this shit, because again, it was just, people were pissed. It was like the Winds of Winter, only this actually came out. Okay, you know, it's not like the Winds of Winter. It was like, I'd say like Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem Forever. It was like, for those of you who aren't aware of Duke Nukem Forever, sidebar, uh, Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem was like a game that I was like one of the first M-rated games I played. It was like up there with, I think Conker's Bad Fur Day was the next one. I played that game thinking it was Banjo-Kazooie. My uncle had it, and I put it in my console. I'm like, I just know the rare logos, and I'm like, okay. I couldn't find Banjo-Kazooie, but I saw Rare, and I'm like, this is a game. This is a rare game. Let me see. And holy shit, was it a fucking crazy. It's an M-rated game about a drunk red squirrel, and he just, it's one of the greatest games of all time. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna show it. I think those are fireworks. Hopefully they're fireworks. Listen, guys, one last time before I continue to talk. Subscribe to the pinned tweet. This channel is a dead channel. Don't subscribe to Film Age Studios. I'm giving this channel a break. I want to focus on the Simulation Presents. It's going to be where I host my analog horror that I shoot, edit, and mix on my phone. It's a headache because I don't have any other tools. I don't like have a pen to make present. I use fingers and I pinch, which result into missing audio, audio in the wrong places, audio completely not being there. Because it's on the phone, I have limited space and I have to delete stuff, which causes missing media, and I have to go back, and it drained me. So I thought, how can I get more eyes on this channel without putting out these episodes yet, because they're gonna take some time to make because they're all on the phone, and why don't I just start doing a live stream on one of my other channels and get the simulation to 50, and then just start streaming from there the pre-active and post-production of the shows that I make. Okay, I'm at 26%. I gotta start pumping this up. Okay, so I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's watch Evangelion. Let's watch the first one again. Let's watch the second one. That's gonna be what we do. Because he showed me Evangelion, and I think I want to be there to see the wrap up, because he was there, he was around, he was watching that as it was happening. He was a teenager. It was for him on Adult Swim. Okay, so top 5 is down. Number 4, greatest animated film of all time. I mentioned Paprika later on. It was a major influence on Inception. In fact, so much of Inception was stolen from Paprika, in my opinion. And like, Christopher Nolan was a little coy about being like, oh, yeah, it was. What? There's literally stuff stolen verbatim, or lifted, I should say, not stolen. Not saying stolen. Lifted from that. But yeah, no, I said that, and so my number 4 film, greatest animated film of all time, Perfect Blue. specifically the Japanese subtitled version. Now, this film I saw, it was one of these things, for a while, my uncle in the early years when I'd come down to visit for summer vacation, we'd hang out and he'd just have a wall of physical media. And we just make my way through like whatever, we just, have you seen this? Have you seen that? That. And Perfect Blue was one of those films. He didn't really explain anything to me. He said it was like very much ahead of his time. And this was back then. So I was about, I want to say 13. No, whenever The Black Swan came out, that's how old I was. So let's say 2008, 2007, I was like 15, I guess. Oh, 15 people. Please subscribe. You see the birthday subscriptions? Make this birthday boy happy. Subscribe to that channel so I can do these lives on there. Please, for the love of God. I'm blacked out right now. I'm blacked out. I never do this. I'm never this colorful in front of the camera. I just need to get that channel to fit. I'm at 41. So there's 11 of you. I just need 9 of you. 9 of the 11 to go to that channel and subscribe. And I don't even know. It could be at 50 right now, and I could look like a jackass. I'll be honest with you. I could be making a jackass out of myself. Could be at 50, 60. I don't fucking know. Because this whole thing has fluctuated. And I'm not going to look. Like I said, I'm blacked out right now. I'm surprised I'm even aware that I'm filming. So yeah, I'm not going to... Anyway, what was I talking about? Paprika. Oh my God. This is why you shouldn't drink and do this, dude. You know what I mean? You should not drink and do this. But yeah, oh no. It's an analog horror channel, just so you know. It's a analog horror with live streams that are just about the whole production, seeing behind the curtain on certain things, It's not going to be everything, but I want the people that are choosing to check out my short, and there's one short film on the channel that you can check out. It's 12 minutes long. It's called What's in the Neighborhood. There's a bunch of streams. You can watch those if you want. You don't have to. But like there's one where it looks like there's a sheet ghost. The thumbnail is like it looks like a sheet ghost, and it's What's in the Neighborhood in quotations. And if you want to get more information, there's some information in the description of that video. But that's a little taste, and they're not all going to be that long. That was my first time doing it. I did it. What's in that short film is one of 6 different versions that I did. I literally 30 minutes ago, I walked like 15 minutes, one takes, over and over again, 6 times, front and back, because I didn't take a car, because I would walk and then have to like walk back anyway. So like, I'm gonna just walk, and then once I decide like, okay, I got a good enough shot, I have to walk back and get the car? No. And in this neighborhood, it is a bit scary. And I think that I did a walkthrough of the original single shot that I walked at around the same time, and I was scared shitless. I did it for a live stream, and I was scared shitless. I was like, what the fuck am I doing out here? This is I don't know what doing it once was fucking nerve-wracking. Never mind 6 fucking times that I did it. So they're not all going to be that long. They're going to be very, I've learned some stuff, but I'm very proud of that. On that particular cut, some spooky shit was happening in it that wasn't planned. You hear bell chimes. In the opening, I go to through or no, okay. So from the beginning, I'm walking, and like in the if you see the short film, I focus on a twitching light that's over a garage, and that's in the simulation presents what's in the neighborhood. It's a flashing light. It wasn't flashing. The 5 other times that I did it, it was a solid light on a garage door, just solid. And I'm like, okay, I like how that looks on the ground and whatnot. But then on the last shot, I started walking and the fucking light is flickering. So I hold on it. I'm like, oh my God. In my head, it's blowing my mind. It's like, this is production value. I'm not using any effect. This is all in camera shit. So I'm like, holy fuck. So I stay on it a little long, but again, I wasn't planning on getting this kind of production value. Like, I need to pay someone to do that because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make something flicker that's on, you know, and it would look shitty because I'm doing this on my phone, all on my phone, like I said. So I get to the corner stop sign, I whip around, and the light is still flashing. So, oh man, that added. I walk a little further, and then you hear these wind chimes just come in out of nowhere. Next day, I look around, there's no fucking wind chimes to be found in any of the houses I was near. So, like, what the fuck? Where did the fucking... And it sounds like wind chimes. There's no way that it's anything else. I'm not... You can hear it for yourself. The What's in the Neighborhood short film on the Simulation Presents. Go to it. It's past the first stop sign in the opening. I think it's right after it. Right after anyway, I go past it and I'm walking and you hear some chimes and I turn around because it genuinely startled me. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And then I walk and then I hear this thing, this cooing animal. I don't know what it is. I think in the short film it says unknown creature text pops up because I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool and fuck it. It adds production value. I kept going. There was a fucking black cat right there, and I'm looking at the cat and it runs away, like very like how I would, like if I was training a cat for a film, he would run away, and so it just again added production value. And then you know I filmed it. Towards the end of the short, as I'm walking, I'm walking past a white van and I can't see what's on the other side. So like I'm walking past it. You see the front of the white van. I'm getting towards the end. Once I get to the end, there is a loose dog. You don't see it on camera, but he barked. He goes, "Woo!" And I almost said holy shit, but I like bit my lip so fucking hard to not ruin the take. And it was perfect. It was a perfect jump because it helped the production value again, because I recorded, I had to add voices after to add to it. But yeah, even at the end, you know, there's a black cat at the very end that again adds more production value because you saw a black cat, you know. So all these things happen on the last fucking take of 6 15-minute long takes one way. I'm not even counting walking back because I had to walk back. So when you watch What's in the Neighborhood on the Simulation Presents, on the pinned comment, it's the last take that I did. So that's why I'm out of breath, because I ran. So I worked that into the show as well. Anyway, guys, my phone is telling me I'm at 20% now. So I better get done with this top 10 before we go kaput. But please subscribe to the birthday subscribe. Please subscribe. Trying to do this on the simulation channel. I'm just not at 50. Like I said, I'm at 41 when I started this whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know how many I could be at. People have been coming and going on this stream. And any new comment that has come up, I've directed them to the pinned link, because again, that's my only birthday wish, is to get that channel to 50 so I can do these streams on there and promote that, because it's fucking draining making these shorts solely on the phone, because I can't upload them to my PC because I have an iPhone and they're not compatible in 2025. Like, what the fuck, you know? You announce a fucking new iPhone that doesn't even come in black. Like, what the fuck? It comes in these shitty fucking colors, but you can't, like, just be like, hey, on this next update, we're gonna allow iPhone footage to transfer to PCs seamlessly. You know, they can't fucking do that. So, whatever. Anyway, back to my number 4 film, Perfect Blue. Now, I saw this film after I saw Black Swan, and I'll talk about that later, because Black Swan, or no, I'll talk about it now. Black Swan is a psychological thriller that scared the shit out of me in a way that was it made me fearful of, like, nail shit, because there's some scenes in Darren Aronofsky's Black Swan where the mom is cutting Natalie Portman's nails, and there's close-ups and you just hear it cut. You hear the cuts of the nail, and it's and she's getting so close and she's doing it angrily, and you see Natalie Portman's reaction and she's not liking it. Anyway, so as I mentioned, Inception borrowing from Paprika, Black Swan borrowed from Perfect Blue. And only, like, very specifically, like, there's a certain section where it feels like it's taken directly from Perfect Blue. But Perfect Blue in and of itself is a prophetic animated film that is categorized as a cult following, but at this point I don't think there's nothing much cult about it. Like, the people that know of, and I guess, like, that's a cult, but, like, it's aged so well. It's aged like Network, because this film, Perfect Blue, is about a Japanese pop idol. She's part of a group, but she's aging out, and it's her decision to, like, where she's gonna go post idol, you know? And so she's gonna be an actress, you know? But, like, the image of a Japanese pop idol, and just, like, idols in general. And again, another reason why I want to do this is because K-pop Demon Hunters is out, and so many people have told me to see this. And I did see it. It's pretty fun, you know? It's a pretty great fucking, it's like, I can't believe that this has gotten the mainstream attention. And same with the Demon Slayer movie, you know? So it made me, like, go in and kind of, like, pick these films. But, like, Perfect Blue is prophetic in a way that it was made in the 90s, and, like, it was about this online stalker stalking this pop idol through message boards and shit. And most of the things that happen, like the computers and stuff, didn't exist. Like, you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, oh, this is like oh yeah, this is like what online messaging is and stuff like that, message boards, Reddit, stuff like that. No. That didn't exist. This dude made that up for this film. And I to my knowledge, I don't want to speak out of turn because as I said, I am blackout. But none of that, the internet wasn't used in that way, and he interpreted it and did it, and it's fucking great. It's so surreal. And the reason why I specifically said the Japanese subtitled version of the film is because the English dub, although it's great too, aside from one line, and this one line delivery changes the entire perspective of the entire film. Now, I saw the English dub, and when the line came up, I was just like, "Oh, well, okay, I guess that's how it is, you know?" And it wasn't until I saw the Perfect Blue Japanese sub on the last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy. They aired it on the last drive-in, one of their episodes, and they talk about like how this one line of dialogue in Japanese and in the way that they that's how they originally intended the film to be and end. But when the Americans did it, it didn't really translate. So it changes the entire film with one line, and it shows like how important like subbed and dubbed can be, even on a micro level. Like, and you think that like the line delivery on one line, how much could it change? It could change a fucking lot. It could turn feel good shit into bad shit. It could turn epic stuff into like something very small. And so like for that alone, Perfect Blue is number 4 for me. Okay. We're in the home stretch. The last 3, I'm at 17%. I'm gonna push the subscriptions hard because we have 6 people here, and guys, like I've said before, don't subscribe to this channel. Whatever you do, this is a dead channel. When the simulation, the pinned message, once that channel hits 50, I'm not going to be posting on this channel. All the streams are going to be going on there. So if you like these streams, if you enjoy these streams, and if you want to support an independent filmmaker who's trying to make an analog horror series, but also give you a behind the scenes look through live streams, please get that channel to 50 subscribers. When I started this whole thing, I was at 41. People have been coming in and out. There was 10 people here a minute ago. Now there's only 5. Did 5 people click the link and go subscribe? I don't know. I hope they did, and I hope they eventually come back. Oh my God, now there's only 2 people. Great. Either I scared people off, which I may have. I'm not gonna lie. I am hammered. I am blacked out. I'm not gonna remember any of this. Now I will forgive the 2 of you that are watching this right now if you go subscribe to the simulation and leave me here, and I have 0 people. Okay, I'm at 4. Okay. That'd be funny if those 2 left and I'm back at 2. Please don't leave. Just subscribe to the Simulation Presents. That's what I'm doing all this for. Trying to get it to 50 so I can live stream. Anyway, number 3. I talked about Ralph Bakshi. I always get his name wrong. When I talked about Fritz the Cat at number 6 and Wizards at number 7. This film is my favorite blaxploitation film of all time. and I would argue it's probably the most controversial. Um, Ralph Bakshi's Coonskin. Now, if y'all leave and look up Coonskin, it's very problematic. Okay, I'll be honest with you. However, it is a satirical mirror of what I feel he felt when he went to the movie theater to see Song of the South or Songs of the South. For those of you who don't know what Songs of the South or Song of the South is, it is a Disney as in Mickey Mouse produced live action animated film in the vein of Roger Rabbit, with Uncle Remus. And for those of you who don't know Uncle Remus, it's zippity doo dah, zippity day. My oh my, what a wonderful day. And he's just like this happy black dude that lives on a plantation. I think he's a slave. And the film portrays slavery as this happy sort of, oh, they're happy to be here type of thing. And Uncle Remus tells the children of the slave owners the story about the Brer Rabbit. It's a Brer Rabbit story, but through a black lens, right? Now, I can only imagine that Ralph was in a theater seeing this and everybody laughing and him just looking around being like, what am I, how is this okay? Like, how is Song of the South okay? This is what you guys like? He's like, okay, all right. This, you guys are comfortable with this? Okay. So he went on to direct Coonskin, which is a satirical interpretation of the Brer Rabbit story. And it's filmed, it's with live action vignettes paired with animation. Unfortunately, there was a lot of production trouble. They had to, they were stretched for time. So he had to put more live action than animation. But and so it's been a critique by critics that how he depicts like black women and black people, they're just these odd looking figure. Like when you look them up, especially the black women, it's just they don't look like people pretty much. And there's this scene where they're in a restaurant and these like white people, rich white people, are in, and they're regular humans. It's like they're mixed in with the animation. So they're talking to this black woman who's drawn in this character like form, and they're giving her compliments and shit. But it's supposed to reflect like how white America sees like black people. They don't see them as themselves. They see them as these characters, It's a lot of creative like ways to tell the story that he wanted to tell, even though he had no time. And like I said, it's very polarizing. Not many people like really talk about or know its existence, but when you watch it, just understand it's incredibly problematic. But it's to show America like how he sees them. And like, again, this is another reason why he's an ally. So my next two films, hold on, I gotta go check on my dogs, okay? The two of you stay here, and if you guys are around at all, and feel like commenting, just tell people that I'm gonna be back. Now I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want to waste the battery. Please don't leave. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail to wrap this video up because I only have 15% battery left. Hold on. Okay, guys. I'm back. Okay, we still have 2 people. All right, let's wrap this up. Now, remember when I said that I'm keeping it adult only for the top 10 greatest animated films of all time? Oh, wow, hold on. Let me go back. Because Vampire Hunter D has to be in there. I want to put... Fuck. I don't know where to put Vampire Hunter D. Vampire Hunter D was the very first, like, adult animated film that I saw. It was, like, so influential. I will substitute Paprika for Coonskin, which Paprika... No, I'll substitute Wizards for Coonskin. Wizards can go. I have enough. I have Fritz the Cat and I have Coonskin. Those two... Wait. Switch. Coonskin is... Coonskin is number 6. Fritz the Cat is number 7. That's what I'll do. So, because Vampire Hunter D has to be number 3. It was the first adult anime that I saw, and, like, it's one that, again, some people don't really know about it. You know, it just had its anniversary. I saw it at the Alamo Draft House in the Japanese subbed. The 90s dub is my preference. But again, it's one of those films that I was in Minnesota, and one of my mom's friends was either Japanese or I don't really know. But she exposed me to she exposed me to like Spirited Away and hold on. Um, and it like Vampire Hunter D was one of the films that she exposed my mom and me to. She was just like, "Hey, have you heard of Vampire Hunter D? Do you know what this is?" Like, and we didn't, and we saw it. I saw Broly's first appearance, like non-canon. It was on bootleg. It was his first appearance in Japan, but um, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't quote unquote official. Like him and I think Gohan or and Krillin were facing him in an asteroid field. All I remember is an asteroid field, and I'm like, oh, okay. Um, she also showed me Helsing, but some nudity came up in that, and my mom put the kibosh on that. But no, Vampire Hunter D I saw, and then like my mom would find the DVD at GameStop later when they sold DVDs. And I just watched the shit out of Vampire Hunter D. So influential, such a beautiful film. I hope that they make more Vampire Hunter D stuff. There's so many novels that they can pull from. They can make a series from it, each season covering a different novel. Beautiful. It doesn't even have to connect. I'm not one of those people. But Vampire Hunter D is number 3 for me, the greatest of all time. Now, top 2. I said that they weren't going to be kids' films, but one is technically one, the other is PG-13, so I don't count that as a kid film. But with 1 and 2, they're like neck and neck. I call it the yin and yang of 1 and 2, because either or can be either or, because I saw both at different points in my life, and they're instrumental moments. So I'll start with the first one that I saw, and that is Spirited Away by Hayao Miyazaki. Me and my mom used to watch the Oscars, and Best Animated Film was up, and Spirited Away was nominated, and they show like a clip, and I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's weird. Who's the lady that's like short and has a big nose and like and me and my mom look at each other like, like, what is that? Like, what the fuck? And her friend, like, we talked about it with her, and they said, like, or she said, this is a good film. You guys should check it out. We went to the theater, and holy fuck, I was dumbstruck by what I was watching. Not only did it solidify itself as like probably my favorite, beating out any Pixar, oh shit, I'm at 10%, beating out any Pixar, beating out any Disney. Spirited Away at that moment in my life was the greatest animated film I had ever seen. The food in that film, it became a thing. Like, if I was going to get Chinese food, or if I was going to a buffet, I'd watch that film because it made me hungry because of how the food looked and how everything was, but also just the creativity behind everything that film delivers is just so... I can't believe I saw that film in theaters. It's so shocking and so beautiful. And I watched the making of documentary on a loop. On a fucking loop. Seeing Hayao Miyazaki ripping cigs while drawing and making ramen for his animation studio. Fuck. Sidebar. Like the day before this, I thought I was going to a buffet, because I thought a buffet was 10 minutes away. And because my phone, I don't know if anybody else's phone does this, it sometimes locks on a location if you're looking up different things. So like if you're on the highway at a specific time, it registers your location as that. So like if I was looking up movies, I was looking up One Battle After Another, like to be like, hey, let's go see this. Like I was gonna take my uncle to go see that when it comes, but it was showing me shit for like other places around it, but I wasn't registering it, and I always forget. Even though I know it happens, I always end up forgetting, and it's gotten to the point where I had to return like even movie tickets. I'd buy movie tickets thinking that this specific version would be there, only to be disappointed and find out that it's in fucking Austin. So anyway, I thought this buffet was 10 minutes away, so I was prepping, dude. I went on a fast. I fucking watched Spirited Away to get like into that food mindset to like be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking tear up a fucking buffet. Um, but then I looked it up today. Like my uncle was just like, hey, where do you want to go? Well, I looked because I mentioned he looked up other buffets, and they were like shit. People got sick and whatnot, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, like that was a buffet that he did. Like, there's this other one I could have sworn, and I'm in my head. I'm like, fuck me, I fucked up. The buffet's probably in Austin, you know. So I looked it up again, and it was a fair amount of distance away. Enough to where I'm like, I don't want to like. I was just mad about that. I was just mad that like it was further away than I thought. And anyway, we went to a Thai place. I got some lemon chicken that changed my mood 180. Great shit. Great fucking lemon chicken. Anyway, all that to say that like Spirited Away got me to that level of like love and like, oh my god, the food, the story, the like a soot ball. Like who the fuck thinks of a soot ball as this cute little thin leg and arm creature that likes sugar stars? They like fucking sugar stars. That's their reward. What they do is they is these soot balls with these big eyes, and they're just these black balls of soot. They have like little arms, and their sole job is to grab a single lump of coal and throw it in a furnace. So you see these little things, these little derpy things with these eyes, with these like, you know, they're the cute little, and they're just tossing coals into the fire, you know, to keep the bathhouse water hot, you know. And so homegirl, I don't like her parents, like they find this little village. Like how it starts is like they find a little village, the mom, dad, and they start exploring. They're going to a new place. What's that? They go to a new place and they start smelling food. And there's just like it's like a ghost town, and there's like a buffet of food. And the mom and the dad go hard in the paint on the buffet with nobody there. And like, you know, the lesson is like don't be a rude asshole, you know, just because there's food there. You're not entitled to it no matter how much money you have, type of thing, you know. Whatever. Anyway, they start indulging and they turn into pigs. So their daughters have to, or their daughter has to like save their life, you know. um Turn them back into humans, you know. That's her journey. And so like the film is just amazing. There's not much I can say about it that hasn't been said. But like the other yin and yang, the other, I guess, two or one, like I said, they interchange because they happen at both times, is The Boy and the Heroine. The Boy and the Heroine was a film that there was one trailer and like very little was known about it. And it's by Hayao Miyazaki. And it's like his first PG-13 film. And it is dark. There's a lot of like, there's skulls and then there's like bloody like piles of stuff, you know? But like, The Boy and the Heroine is one of the great, like Robert Pattinson voices a heroine. And you wouldn't believe that that was Robert Patterson, dude. It's fucking wild. It is fucking wild, dude. And so, again, it's like it's a journey of a boy like who's and like you're seeing Japan through the eyes of Miyazaki. So in his other films, Miyazaki is very detailed, but in this film, the the images of Japan, it's pre-war, it's pre like trauma, and it's it it's hand painted. It's like watercolor. It's not so detailed, but it's just like paintings of what I imagine Miyazaki remembers. And he's like drawing this from memory, and he's doing that art style as a way to say like this version of Japan is fading, and it's just these like it's just this painting sort of look that I remember. The finer details aren't really there anymore, but like the overall beauty of what Japan was is there. So so that was that was like, again, like going in not knowing anything about it, seeing how it's very surreal, very majestic. It's not as like it feels so it's dealing with death, it's dealing with like an afterlife, it's dealing with how like the world works on this other realm, and you're just in awe. And like I think it's parakeets that are these parakeets are these giant birds, and I don't want to spoil it, but like they're all different colors, but they're giant and they use tools like hatchets and shit, and they're a part of like the violence, so to speak. But yeah, seeing that film in IMAX and just being blown away by the boy and the heroine, and his heroine or the heroine, it was great. It was the first Miyazaki film that I had seen in the theaters. Because the other ones, it's not that I wasn't interested, it's just there wasn't a market for it where I was at the time, and they were just, you know, I know with Godzilla minus one, people think that like international films based on like a Miyazaki film, you would think would get like this wide thing because they made Spirited Away, but you know, a lot of studios are afraid to release it over here because they don't think that there's an audience here. That was the problem with Shin Godzilla. Is Shin Godzilla, the only reason it screened here first was because it was like a day. It was here for a day, and it was just like, yeah, if you guys want to see it, see it. And it fucking, I don't know, I think it was like 3 days or 2 days or whatever, but like um, I think a week. I think it was a week or something like that. But it was weird. It was weird. But like when it was re-released in 4K, it made what it made on its original theatrical run in the States in just 2 days. So the people are starting to get more accustomed to seeing Japanese media and stuff like that, which is evident to K-pop, Demon Hunters, which is Korean, and Demon Slayer, whose movie is in the theater as we speak. So, it's pretty wild. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry to be brief about this. I'm at 5% on my battery. Listen, the 7 people on here, hold on. The 7 people on here, go to the pinned link, the simulation, right there. Oh my God, they all left. Please. Please. Oh my God. Hold on. I want to wait. I want to wait a bit. I want to wait till it's at least to 3 when more people come, whatever. I'm completely fucked. There's kids, I don't know, there's kids in the neighborhood that like to play basketball and other shit. So another reason why I should probably go in now. But the 7 people, go to the simulation link, subscribe to that, because this is a dead channel. Don't subscribe to Film Age Studios. Do not subscribe. Subscribe to the simulation link that has been pinned. I'm trying to get that channel to 50. I was at 41 when I started this stream. Again, I'm not gonna check the stream tonight. I am so fucking drunk right now that I'm nervous getting out of this car and like trying to appear normal in front of these teenagers that shouldn't be up at 4 o'clock in the morning right now. It's completely fucked up. But nevertheless, I want to get inside. I want to get some sleep because I'm gonna have a massive hangover for a bunch of fucking rounds getting shot off at the shooting range, which my uncle is taking me tomorrow. I might stream a little bit of that, but that's the plan tomorrow. And I might get drunk again. I probably will get drunk again, and jump on another stream, and I might do another top 10. This time I'm gonna put a little bit more thought into it. But guys, the 7 of you, please, for the love of God, you see the simulation, the pinned tweet, go to that link, subscribe, blow my mind when I wake up in the morning and I see that 50 people have subscribed to that channel, because I'm at 41. There's 11 of you, okay? You could really rock this 31-year-old birthday boy's world if you go to the link and subscribe. If you like analog horror, please go and subscribe. I'm shooting, editing, sound mixing, recording, all on my phone, which has resulted into me like getting extremely stressed because, again, it's just me doing this. I have to use these fat, thick fingers because I drink. I have to pinch and go on a timeline to make edits. I don't use a pen. And as a result, no audio. Audio is at the wrong place. All this shit. It's all fucked. And it pretty much sucked all the creative energy out of me until I thought, hey, why don't I invite people, random people who like filmmaking, who like analog horror, who like horror, or some people that are just bored and are curious about the process of creating shorts, why don't I stream it? I'm gonna be filming stuff anyway. Why don't I put it out there? You guys get a glimpse at how I make these shorts, and then yeah, and then you guys, that's what I wanted to do. It gave me another creative outlet to where I'm like, okay, instead of just like being by myself and filming this as well as editing by myself, this kind of holds me accountable, knowing that like people are watching me do this and they kind of want to see an end result. So if you go to the link and subscribe, there are going to be past streams that I filmed on here that I deleted on this channel because this channel is a dead channel, and I put it on the Simulation Presents, the pinned comment down below, so I can just have content on there and people can go there. But I have a short film titled What's in the Neighborhood, and the thumbnail is of a sheet ghost, what looks like a sheet ghost. So the title is What's in the Neighborhood. It's it's the last of the 6 15-minute one way, because I had to walk back. So just take the 6 15-minute shorts and just add another, just double it. And that's what I had to walk and do. And I got that last shot that has a bunch of like creepy things that happen that I decided to save because it had production value. You can get a glimpse of it. It's a 12-minute short film. I've put it in festivals, but again, the entries are gonna vary. It's analog horror, and I want you guys to join me in the process. So please go to the Simulation Presents. Have this birthday boy wake up and check his phone and be like, holy fuck, the 41 subscribers that I had is now 50. Holy fuck. So there's 4 people, there was 10. Hopefully they went to subscribe. But anyway, guys, good night. This has been my birthday stream, drunk stream, blackout stream, whatever you want to call it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna get drunk again, so it's gonna be part 2, dude. So take care, guys. Please subscribe to the Simulation Presents, please. The 6 of you. This is my last plea. I want to see the 6 of you, even if you guys leave and don't go to the link. I want to see nobody watching me because they went to the link, they subscribed, and then the next time I do this, hopefully I will stream from the Simulation Presents account because I have 50 subscribers. Anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around for this long, and I hope you do click the link, support an independent filmmaker. Yeah, guys, thank you so much.